Hello, friends. As my canoe glides down the Nile, I can't help but imagine what it must have been like thousands of years ago, when this river was the heart of a civilization ruled by all-powerful pharaohs. A time when Egypt stood tall, building pyramids that scraped the sky, believing their divine rulers would guide them even after death. This was the Old Kingdom, Egypt's first golden age. But as history has shown us time and time again, no kingdom, no matter how mighty, can last forever. The Old Kingdom, spanning from around 26,686 to 2181 BCE, was when Egypt became a powerhouse of wealth, organization, and monumental architecture. This was the era of the Great Pyramid builders, Djoser, Sneferu, Khufre, and Menkaure, whose massive stone tombs still stand today as a testament to their ambition. The government was strong, the economy thrived, and Ma'at, the principle of balance and order, was maintained. But here's the thing about balance. It's fragile. For over 500 years, Egypt's pharaohs kept the system running smoothly. They collected taxes, organized labor for massive projects, and ensured that the Nile's blessings were shared across the land. But towards the end of the Old Kingdom, cracks began to appear. And like any great structure, once the foundations start crumbling, everything comes crashing down. So what went wrong? First, the Nile stopped cooperating. The annual floods, which had nourished Egypt for centuries, became unpredictable. Some years, the floods were too low, leading to famine. Other years, they were too high, destroying crops and homes. Without stable agriculture, the economy suffered, and when people went hungry, they stopped believing in their rulers. Second, the power of the pharaoh weakened. The Old Kingdom functioned on the idea that the pharaoh was a living god, chosen to maintain Ma'at. But as time passed, local governors, called nomarchs, began to grow more independent. They collected their own taxes, raised their own armies, and in some cases, even stopped listening to the pharaoh altogether. Egypt, once a unified kingdom, started looking more like a collection of rival territories. Third, the government collapsed under its own weight. Running a massive state required an efficient system, and for a long time, Egypt had one. But over time, bureaucratic corruption, mismanagement, and growing inequality strained the system. The rich got richer, the poor suffered, and unrest began to spread. And then the final blow, a total breakdown of central authority. By 2181 BCE, the pharaohs had lost their grip. Egypt descended into chaos, with local rulers fighting for control. Without a strong central government, pyramids stopped being built, trade declined, and what was once a thriving empire became a fragmented land of warlords and famine. This period, known as the First Intermediate Period, was a time of great suffering. Imagine it: cities abandoned, people struggling to survive, and no one knowing who was truly in charge. For over a century, Egypt remained divided, with different regions ruled by competing factions. It was a far cry from the grand pyramids and powerful kings of the Old Kingdom. But here's the thing about history: it never stays still. Out of this darkness, a new leader emerged, determined to reunite Egypt and bring back its former glory. This marked the beginning of the Middle Kingdom, a time of change, stability, expansion, and cultural flourishing. Egypt would rise again, not with massive pyramids, but with a new sense of resilience and adaptability. Join me next time as we explore the Middle Kingdom, an era of stability, expansion, and cultural revival after the Old Kingdom's collapse.